Hello and welcome to your daily oracle reading for Friday, August 14th, 2020. I'm Linda the Lightworker. I'm a shamanic practitioner and I make these daily videos so we all can stay on a purpose-driven path, living one day at a time, doing our best to take care of ourselves. So if you are new here, please go ahead, like, share, subscribe. That's that big word, you know, all those YouTubey things. All of the info about me is down below in the descriptions box. LindaTheLightWorker.com is my website, or you can email me directly, LindaTheLightWorker@gmail.com, and I'll get back to you just as soon as I can. All right, today I'm working with this wonderful new deck I just received. It'll be released, I think, August 22nd, and I have all that info down below. And this is the Gregory Scott Tarot deck. Now, Gregory Scott is a brilliant astrologer, energy worker, numerologist, and he also does tarot. And I find his illustrations that are by Davide, Corsi to be so charming and so full of information. So anyway, this is a new deck, so I'm so excited to be working with it. All right, our first card is this beautiful 7. This is a major arcana card, and this is the Chariot. Now look at you, you big beautiful lion, with all of that confidence going forward, stepping into your future. That's what this card is all about. Using this confidence, this balanced confidence, balance between that divine masculine and that divine feminine energy. And when we think of the lions, you know, they don't look very hungry, but they are steady workers. They keep going. And look at this celebration. He has just like opened these arms to the universe to receive all of his glory. So this is you stepping into your power. You know, sometimes it only takes one step towards moving towards your future of what you want. That first step, and taking one step, is all you need to do to regain your confidence, to regain your power, to regain that vehicle which propels you forward. So what is your vehicle? What is your medium? Where can you step into your future? It can be about stepping out of those old beliefs. We talked about that yesterday. Those old ideas that are no longer serving us, and stepping into the future. That means acknowledging who you are today. I have arrived, you say to yourself, I have arrived. Today is my day. Today I move towards that relationship, or I take a step in towards this new business, or I move out and I'm going to write my profile. I'm getting a lot of relationship stuff. Oh, Spirit saying it's because we got a lot of relationship stuff going on. So this might particularly pertain to relationships, although I also see for other personal movement, acceptance of who you are, really stepping into that heart loving energy. Oh wow, I mean, God, these images are great. It gets me all excited. All right, our second card is this very powerful Two of Swords. So twos are dualities, of course. Oftentimes in relationships, the pairs come up. But this card is asking you, what's holding you back? There are two stories happening in this card. Are you bound? Like this victim, can you see her? She's blindfolded. She's bound. Are you bound, balancing? Like if you one misstep, like if you are not in your balance, you'll step on a sword. Or are you here rescuing, ready to catch those to be of service? So ask yourself, where are you in this story? And perhaps what's been holding you back from your power has been this story of identification as the victim or as being the rescuer. Now, you don't have to be either one, but oftentimes we can step into these roles, especially where partnership is concerned, where we step into this like bound, the old feminine way. Oh my God. Oof. damsel in distress. Don't get me started on the feminist stuff, because that's a real wicked story right there, right? And only this white man can save you. But I mean, those are those old stories. Those are in the collective consciousness. Those stories that have come on for eons of those stories are out there. So changing those stories may be a challenge. But because this is the Two of Swords, this is a mental game. This is in your head. The swords represent the air signs, and we all know what those are, don't we? Aquarian, Gemini, and Libra. And so when we are tied into that old belief in the head of this dialogue, or let's say your old boyfriend or your old partner only shows up when either you're in need or they need to be rescued. Those are powerful relationships. How do we show up for other people? Are you being true to yourself? Are you taking care of yourself? Because identifying with either one of parts of these stories is something for you to examine. And now keep in mind, this sharp blade is right here, and you can swiftly edit that out. Or maybe you like that game. All right, we have two cards for our final cards today here. The first is the Three of Swords. And I did shuffle and shuffle and shuffle. But look at her. It's almost as if those swords are stabbing her in the back, right? And do we see this figure walking away? Can you see there's no face? He's walking away, right? And how she's holding her heart. So this could be an old story that's come up of heartache, and it's one to be released. It's also about prayer and turning over those things that you cannot control. Turn it over to Spirit. It looks as if what has happened, something's happened perhaps for a third time. Those swords look like they're bleeding, like, oh my God, can you believe I fell for it again from this guy? What is she really upset at? Is she upset at herself, or is she upset at this person? I really am getting this is a lot about relationships today. All right, so our final card that brings a little bit more clarity is this beautiful Four of Cups. And here we have all of these fairies and magical people rising up, helping to lift you out of that quagmire, right? To bring it. Now, fours are traditionally about celebration, but this is about what is that vehicle that lifts you out of that despair, that old heartache. And this card is about magic and believing in the magic, because as you can see, or maybe, you know, I don't have my glasses on, but here we have these little tiny fairies and butterflies are around here. Okay, butterflies and fairies are lifting you up. And what's that mean? It's magical thinking. Well, so what if you're a magical thinker? If it works for you, it works. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. But here's what I really wanted to mention, and that we have a lot of butterflies emerging. I know many of you identify with that butterfly medicine. And butterflies are all about releasing that beauty, you know, enjoying the pollination. You've seen them fly, right? It's not like they're a B-52 bomber. Butterflies kind of look like they're kind of drunk on the nectar. You know, they're kind of stumbling, a wing gust comes up. I love the butterfly. But here's the important thing, especially if you like to be a helper. Okay, those of you who might be, like me, a little bit codependent and over helping, right? And perhaps someone very close to you is in struggle or having a hard time, and it's your inclination to go rescue or help them. And here's the butterfly's message for you today. As a butterfly is coming out of its cocoon, if it receives assistance in opening its cocoon and unfurling its wings, it dies right away, right? That's in science. That's what nature, that's the law of nature. So it's up to the butterfly to kind of fight out his own cocoon, so that he's able to lift his wings and fly. and you know, to believe in that magic, how a butterfly could have gone from this tiny little pupae, little larvae, right, into this magical, you know, amazing creature. It's like brought on by fairy magic. Like, I don't know how it happens, but it happens. So that transformation, this relationship that you're waiting for, this heartache that really needs to be healed, it's turn it over to the magical fairy people. Turn it over to God. Turn it over to your higher power. Release it so that the magic can unfold. That's the message here. All right, our final card today is from the beautiful Wisdom of the Tarot. No, Wisdom of the Oracle deck by Colette Baron-Reid. I love this deck. It's so interesting, interesting images. And here we have number 29. Breathe. That's all you gotta do. Oh my gosh. The stories we get caught up with. We have the Two of Swords and the Three of Swords. That's all about storytelling, right? Because in our mind, we get trapped by this dialogue, and then this happened, and this happened, and then and this. And can you imagine whatever story it is? When we slow down and breathe in that beautiful, beautiful love energy that's all around us and do our breath work, oh, that's how we get grounded, we have clarity, and we know how to keep moving forward and not get caught up in the drama. Because, you know, the reality is the drama is where all the trauma lives, right? Getting whacked up into the cyclone of vortex of stories and not staying in the body, staying present to the body. Look at her. She looks like not only is she breathing, she's stretching, she's eating well, she's drinking a lot of water and taking the best possible care of herself. And look, it's almost as if these angelic wings are coming up, because that's where the lightness is. That's how we're able to feel lighter, because it's heavy out there. There's a lot of stuff going on, and it's easy to get caught up in it all. But when we're able to take our breath and make that the priority, follow our breath into the body, calms that monkey mind right down, gets us back to the present moment. And you know, when your mind starts drifting, if you're starting to meditate, just say, okay, back to the breath, and just breathe and count. I have a very basic, easy meditation in my descriptions down below, but I know you know how to meditate. Sometimes it's just deciding that you're worth the healing so that you feel better, right? All right, my dear, that's our reading for today. Sounds like we might have a little bit of work ahead of us, but you know what? You can do it. You've got all the power right there. You've got these lions, these big, beautiful lions right by your side. So don't you worry. Nobody's going to gobble you up today. You're going to do great. If you're one of my new subscribers, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I hope you made it this far. If you're not a subscriber, please go ahead and do all those YouTube-y things. It just helps me grow this little channel. I love doing these videos for you, and I hope you do too. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know in the comments, like, share, all that stuff. All right, my dear. I love you, and I look forward to seeing you next time.